Good morning, guys. It's HCG Charm, and I had a lot to talk about today. Lot going on in my life. Started with at my gym. I was excited that I have a personal trainer now that I'm going to be able to work with. Oh, my glasses are glaring again. um, for a year basically, but I'm not going to be starting that for a while due to some hormonal issues that I've been dealing with, which has to do with um, that time of my midlife crisis, basically, going through the menopause and with a vengeance. Um, and I noticed during my last round that all of my symptoms had gone away. And they weren't that severe at that time of my last round, but I didn't have the hot flashes or the night sweats or the moodiness or anything like that when I was on HCG, which was great. Then after shortly into P3, I started having some issues again hormonally. And then in P4, which really my P4, I didn't do any differently than my P3 because I did not add in the sugars and the starches because I was having some issues with gluten when I had it. So I really didn't have it too often at all. And as far as the sugars, I just always felt so good that I decided not to add those into my diet. However, um, like I said, the menopausal issues were getting more severe in P4, where I was having a really hard time dealing with them. Financing is a big crunch right now. So I decided after talking to several people that also with HCG found out that their hormonal issues dissipated also. So I decided to do another round. The other reason, too, that I decided to do another round was the fact that in P4, I was starting to creep up in weight, and correction days were not working. Correction days always worked for me. If I did a protein day, I would always lose, always. And I would do my protein days like I always have in the past, and they were not correcting. I tried a fat fast day, I tried a steak day, I tried several different things, and my body, because of where it is hormonally, is not adjusting to anything I do food wise. I tried adding soy, thinking because they said hormonally during that time of your life that soy was supposed to be good for you. So I actually bought the soy whey protein, which is the GMO, non-GMO. I made sure of that, but and I was eating the edamame, which again was the soy. Which after looking at it and after talking to Miss HCG girl, she brought up a good point that maybe that was the reason too for my gains, that I had too much estrogen. So I don't know. But anyways, I'm looking into bioidenticals. However, again, I wanted to save up for that because the testing is rather expensive here, and the medications are not covered under my insurance for that. So I figured what better way to help me through this while I'm saving is to do another round. But that brings up the issue of my loading. I loaded for 3 days because I wanted to try to do an extra or a longer round, and I didn't have that much really to lose. I only had like 8 to 10 pounds to lose, maybe 15 because I was starting to creep up there a little bit. Um, but for my loading in 3 days, you're not going to believe, I gained 17 pounds. And I did talk to Weight Loss Apocalypse person, and she said she has seen gains like that, but not very often. And I asked her if it had to do with my sugar, and she said, not incorporating sugar, and she said that very well could be. So I guess my advice to all of you guys that I know you don't want to add in the sugars or add in the starches, but with like everything else that Dr. Simeon's had, he had a reasoning behind it. And I really think that the reasoning is because you will have these astronomical gains if you don't incorporate that. Because I did have sugars and starches in my load. I did not load clean. I just loaded with whatever, and I was on the go. So I did a lot of fast food. Oh, and basically just ate whatever. Drank a lot of wine. And that was a thing that was amazing to me too, is because with the HCG in my system, if I had a glass of wine before in my P4, I would hot flash so terribly bad. I mean, just with one glass of wine. And with that was like the only food that basically would, or not, that's not really a food, but the only thing that would for sure promote a hot flash for me was drinking wine. But when I was on the HCG, only one day, that was like my second day of loading, I think, that I did the wine. I did not have hot flash at all during that, which was really amazing to me. So the HCG for me, I don't know if this would work for other people, but I thought that I would vlog about it because it's kind of unique, and for me, it's helping my menopausal symptoms. So, but like I said, this is just, I'm just going to do this round to save up the money to do the bioidenticals, because I'm looking into that for sure. Because obviously you can't go on HCG for the whole time of your menopausal symptoms, but it's just kind of interesting to me that it's helping that. So I did, like I said, I ended up creeping up a little bit in P4, and then with my 17-pound gain, I'm basically back to where I was before. I think I'm above where I was before. So I'm going to have a lot of weight to lose again, which is sort of good because, like I said, I wanted to do a longer round. But I did gain 7 pounds the first day of loading, and I am on VLCD day 1 today, and lost 7 pounds, 7.4. For my first day. So it does come off, even if it's astronomically high, guys, you're loading, no matter what you load on, it does come off as fast as it comes on. So don't fret when you're loading at all if you see a 7 pound or a 5 pound. I mean, I had a 7 pound, a 5.5 or 7 point something, 5 point something, and 5 point something gains during my loading. And I've seen, from what I've witnessed on YouTube and what I've gone through myself, I was not worried about it. And like I said, first day, 7.4 pounds released. It came off as fast as it came on. So, but like I said, when I wasn't on HCG, it sure didn't come off fast. So, and I tried everything. So HCG really does work and works well. So I think that's about it for my check-in, but I did want to tell you guys what's going on. The reason, I don't know if I went into too, the reason I ended up getting a trainer is with my gym, they approached me because they see me in there all the time, about doing advertising for them. So now I've got a free membership to the gym. I've got free tanning, which I don't really utilize that, but and a free trainer. But I am going to wait until I get my hormones. I talked to the trainer and said, I really hormonally really imbalanced right now with my menopausal symptoms, so I really would like to wait until I get on the bioidenticals, until I get myself straightened away before I really start doing intensive weight training, because I want to really do the intense weight training. So I really don't want to start anything until my hormones are in check. So, but I'm very excited. I do have that opportunity. I almost forgot. I wanted to go over with you guys too on this round. I am trying to go totally pop for sure for the beginning. I don't know if you have watched me in the past. I've always had MOP as far as my own protocol. POP means perfect on protocol. My own MOP for all of my rounds has been to have an omelet or egg in the morning. or protein in the morning because of the fact that throughout my whole weight loss journey, that's what I've always done. The only reason that I would go off of protocol and to go back to my MOP is if I have some issues at the end of my round, in which I am going to need more protein to sustain my hunger. So, and I am going by the hunger scale, and I had done that through my P3 and P4, and it worked really well for me, and I am continuing to do that today. Yesterday on my first VLCD day, I did that, and I was fine until I got hungry around 11:30, and I ended up having some apple crisps, which I make myself. I ended up getting a new there goes my dog. I got a new dehydrator, which I love, and I just put apple slices in there. I don't put anything on them, just cinnamon, and put them in my dehydrator for 12 hours. And then I have apple chips, which is wonderful for me on this round. That is like the best thing ever for me because I can actually snack on it in between patients. Where before with the hunger scale, if you ate half an apple, you sort of felt guilty, or at least I did, because it would all go brown and it'd go bad, and then I'd have to use another apple. But with the way that we're doing the apple, or that I'm doing the apple chips now, I can just take like 3 or 4 chips, and if that satisfies me, I stop, and then just zip the bag back, and I'm on my way. So that's working out really well for me. So I just had some apple chips yesterday, maybe about like a handful, which is about a half an apple. And then worked until, oh gosh, I think it was around 2:30 before I started getting hungry again. And sorry, I was getting my son off to school. Anyway, so the tilapia I ended up having like around 2:30. And after having that, I just put tilapia with some salsa on top. I was going to have a salad, but I wanted to make sure I got my protein in, so I ate the protein first. Which, if you're going by the hunger scale, I would recommend that everybody eat your protein first, because I think it's so important to make sure that you get the nutrients of the protein in for your day. If nothing else, I mean, you don't have to get the apple or your vegetables in, but make sure you get your protein in. But that's just my advice, or my suggestion to all of you doing the hunger scale. So anyway, so I got my protein in, and then around 4 o'clock, I ended up getting hungry again. So I had some salad, and then around 6 o'clock, I ended up eating my chicken. So I didn't get my second vegetable in, but I did have a large salad. I probably had like 3 cups of lettuce when I had my salad. So, and then I used the Walden Farms. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love the Asian dressing. Is really, really good. And the raspberry vinaigrette is out of this world. So those two I just love. The other ones I'm not crazy about, but those two are really fantastic. So if you were to go and get any of the Walden Farms, those would be the ones that I would suggest. Trying to think what else. And then that was it. And I made sure I had all my water and coffee. This morning, I haven't had anything except for coffee and water. I had a liter of water already. It's about 8 o'clock. And, or 8:30. Yeah, it's 8:30 because my son's going off to school. So, and then I plan on, like I said, going with the hunger scale, tilapia again, and chicken. I'm I don't like to think about what I have to have for the day, so I pretty much do the same thing every day. I'm one of those people that could eat the same thing every day. It doesn't really bother me. So I packed the tilapia and the chicken for today because tonight's my late night. I'll be working until 9. And the apple chips I packed, which would be 2 apples, and then a very large salad for both meals if I need it. So that is my schedule for today. That's pretty much it, guys. I'll talk to you later.